Hi everyone, it's Vela here. Welcome back to a new video, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. And today I'm very excited for today's video because we are looking at all of the new assets that were unlocked from existing worlds and existing packs in The Sims 4. Now I have most of the packs, I have all the expansions, but I don't have all of them, so this is like each and every one of them. And there are lots of them. I didn't place each item down. At the beginning here, I'm really trying to do it, so I'm trying to place down every single item, but as we go on, there's just so much stuff. It took me over an hour to go through these, but look at these hanging flowers and all of these flower boxes. I absolutely love these, and these are base games, so if you just have the base game and you type in the cheat bb.showliveeditobjects, I think I'll write it on the screen so that you can check it out, and in the description as well, and then you just have to find them in the catalog. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff and it's not functional. All of it is just decoration except for maybe the chairs. I think the chairs and the seating might work, but mostly just for decoration. You can't do anything with it, but nonetheless I think it's super cool. There's a lot of different gates and fences and plants, and there's just some very cool things. As we go on, we will start seeing more and more vehicles, even planes and stuff. And yeah, of course they're not usable, but they're very nice and they look so much better than anything sized up, any sized up toy car or anything. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff and I'm going through them very fast because I knew there was gonna be a lot, and I'm really glad I decided to speed this up because, like I said, it just took me a long time. This video would be super long if I would have done the commentary real time as well, so I'm glad I decided not to. But yeah, there's a couple more cars. Here's like some of them look like the toy cars we have in game, but they're just so much better quality and it will be so nice to get to play with those. Then there's this dino from Oasis Springs. You can see him in the background, and yeah, the point of this whole update is that they've just given us items that are already there, but we weren't able to use them before. Here's some new palm trees and these like garden boxes, or these what's that, like grass boxes, not sure, but those are very cool. And there's a lot of stuff for landscaping that I think will be very, very cool. These stones as well. I like to use those round rugs from Get Together, but they're, you know, completely round, completely symmetrical. So we got a lot of really good and useful stuff. And there's more cars, some planes in here, and then there's different kinds of like power lines from most packs. There's a new one, and here you can see many cars. I don't think I even put all of them down because many of them were just recolors of each other, and some more plants. And this archway thing, it's great. I think it's from Willow Creek. One of the neighborhoods has this little community garden in it, and there's also fences, like flowers that grow on fences, and then there's this bridge. I was just like spending a lot of time looking at it, and later there will be a few more bridges as well. But yeah, that was one of my favorite things. It's so pretty. It's not functional, but you know, none of this is, and I don't think we were expecting it to be. And there's even whole houses, like that's just the outside of the house obviously, but there are whole houses in here, as well as this what I think is the sky, like literally the sky in the game. But yeah, then some more like boxes and these wooden things. There's a little sign with some veggies on it, some more plants and flowers, and Then I'm skipping all the normal debug stuff, so I'm also skipping a lot of things. This one didn't place down for some reason. I'm gonna send that screenshot I took to the SimGurus, I think, and there's a lot of trees that are very big, like massive compared to the ones we have gained, but fortunately we can downsize things, and some of those are just so pretty. Here's one of the other bridges. Unfortunately, the downside of that was black, you couldn't see under it, but it's okay. Like, we're getting, like, what was it, over 1,000 items for free, so this is super cool. And these fences are everything. I will use them so much. I love them. And then there's all these pieces of the Windenburg ruins. I've already seen people use these, even though the patch just came out like a few hours ago. But you know, builders are crazy, and I'm definitely very, very excited to build with these as well. And as you can tell, I had to bulldoze the lot, which is a 64 by 64, multiple times, so there's a lot of stuff, and much of it is very large as well. Here's some more cars, as well as this deck thingy, as well as some garden stuff, and some really pretty awnings. These are from Get Together, so we saw most of the base game stuff at the beginning, and now we're on to Get Together and City Living, so they're kinda in that kind of an order in the catalog, but it jumps around a little. But you know, each pack has its own things, but there were many of the things were base game, like all the flower boxes, many of the fences, and of course everything you can see in the backgrounds of base game worlds are available there. These ones are from City Living, I think. I was quite surprised about some of the trees. I can't remember seeing those in San Myshuno, but we also have some signs that are actually from Get to Work. So if you only have limited packs, I definitely recommend you check this menu out, because they've used a lot of stuff from previous packs in the background, stuff that they didn't give us in that particular pack. And many things I noticed were actually kind of cutting into the ground, especially some ivy. So I just pressed down the 9 button and it just kept growing. That was a lot of fun, because these things, even though they look like they belong on a wall, don't snap to any walls. So yeah, you have to lift them up and place them manually. Here's all the stuff from Vampires from Forgotten Hollow, and I have no idea what some of these things are. I've never seen it, but there was Vlad and those fancy gates, and these are from Cats and Dogs. There's even these just cats and dogs. I don't know why they're there, but they're just these inanimate objects, I guess. And I don't know, it's just really funny that they're there. I placed a few of them down, but there were also dogs and stuff. But as you can see, we're again pretty full. The lot is getting pretty full. There's also a lot of boats coming from Cats and Dogs, because it is a coastal city, as well as some more tomb stuff and some more really big stuff as well. These statues are super cute. I used to have them as like liberated CC objects too, as well as some other things from other packs as well. So it's been possible to have these things in your game before too, if you've downloaded them as CC. But this is very nice to have them not be CC and just be in your game, and they're great. This thing with these trees and that awning, that's amazing. Then there's all this jungle adventure stuff. Some of this was in debug already. I'm not sure exactly what was there, because I cannot remember everything. There's this huge tree, as well as all these like vines and stuff. Very cool, and I will definitely like to use this. There's also some like tree tops without any trunks because I think it's just what you can see from above, but I thought that was very funny. And there's some other stuff as well, the crashed plane from Salvadorada, and here's some season stuff. I was like very confused about those rugs first, but they're the rugs you put under the Christmas tree or the, you know, Winterfest tree. And there's this big gate and some really big set pieces from Get Famous as well. Wow, I'm getting so confused about the packs. I don't usually have to name all of them. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff, and none of it is like, it doesn't work like in the game. Like the fences work very differently, so you have to place them by hand and by piece, but I think it's still very cool. Here's some solar panels, which I've also had a CC and I've used before. I think that's a super cool item. Some more boats from Get Famous, and then these are some plants from Island Living. These are super cute. There's some like corals, and there's even these super big coral reefs later on, and there's like starfish and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's a lot, and I think this is one of the best updates to come to The Sims forever. Like other things aside, I don't like the branding and stuff, but as a builder, this warms my heart and this gives me so much inspiration. But yeah, now I have to bulldoze again, so there's a lot of stuff, and yeah, like I said, a lot of it, and a lot of it is big. Now there's some Strangerville stuff, so yeah, the order is a little confusing, but it's like approximately the release order. And yeah, like I said, I will write down below in the description how you can access these items so that you can find them in your game. Everything you have to do is update your game. You don't need any packs, you will still have the base game stuff, but the more packs you have, of course, the more stuff you'll have. Island Living has some really cool items in there, like this clothes rack, or what's that, clothes line. Yeah, that's it. That's very rustic, as well as this thing where some fish are hanging, like they fished them, and this row of mailboxes is adorable. These black stones are, I think, used in the volcanic area, and then there's a lot of statues from around the world as well as these coral reefs and these flower thingies. I don't even know what to call them. These swirly things, I assume they've used them underwater, but they're super cute, and I can see so many builders using those. Now we are on to rocks, and this rock section is at least like a whole minute of just rocks. I didn't place all of them because, as you can see here, they are massive. They were super huge. Most of these I sized down all the way, like the smallest they could get. But this is very cool. Some of these rocks look super detailed, especially if you size them down, they get much more sharp, and the textures are really cool, and we've definitely needed more rocks in the game. I'm not still quite understanding why we never got any rocks with any packs, but this is great. There's a lot of things. There's even the whole like volcano top. I think that's what that was, this little crater thing, and there's all these coral reefs and all these huge cliffs and stuff. Yeah, this is a big update, and I'm very excited to be building the next time I go into game. I think that is mostly it, and yeah, let me know what you think. What are your favorite new items? Mine are definitely some of the flower boxes, the hanging plants, some of the like bridges and stuff are very cool, and then just everything that I can use in interesting builds, I guess, like all of the landscaping, all of the rocks, and then the clothesline and this like row of mailboxes were super cute. in the end, I found a few more base game things from Willow Creek here, so I'm just putting all of those down, and then we are pretty much done with it. I think this is a great addition to the game. Let me know what you think, and if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. That helps me out a ton. This was very quick, but I just wanted to show you most of them in a short amount of time. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all very soon again. Bye bye everybody!